Hi guys, here with another update with Scott Grubb from Kardia Mortgage and myself, of course. Just wanted to come on and talk a bit today because there's a few things happening in the market as well as in the mortgage world. And so I thought it would be a good time to check in with Scott and maybe have a little chat. So hi Scott, how are you doing?
I'm good, Gabar. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. How's your week? Lots of rain, staying inside.
Yeah, it's funny how much you miss the sunshine nowadays, hey? It really
Yeah,
makes a difference.
yeah, but you know what? I can't wait. Everything's turning so green. It's beautiful out there. So, and then we're just kind of cooped up and playing some video games, or not video games. Sorry, that was Freudian. Playing some board games and card games and stuff, and hanging out.
Yeah. What's your favorite board game?
Right now we love Ticket to Ride. We
Oh yeah,
do had it. I played that before, but now we got it, and then the kids are just eating it up. So it's really fun.
right
But
on.
yeah, so it's. I mean, there's positives, right? It is definitely turning green. Everything's beautiful out there. So next week's gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just wanted to come on here for a bit because there's been like even looking at the statistics for this last week, and it's week over week, it's been increasing in the real estate world. So just in the city of Calgary alone, this last 7 days, there have been 530 new listings overall, which is increasingly bigger a number than it's been week over week. Like I mentioned, 280 more than 280 properties sold in those 7 days, which again for the standard May statistics is pretty not quite good, but overall over the last 2 months, it's a considerably larger number, as well as 90 properties went conditionally sold within that same 7 day period. So conditionally sold meaning that there's an active offer on that property and they're waiting for conditions to be lifted. So really the numbers are going up. I'm talking to more people. There's really a lot happening. And so wanted to check in with you as to what's happening in the kind of at the same time in the mortgage world.
Yeah. Before I dive in, can I just ask you a couple questions about that?
Yeah.
Um, do you think that's kind of the initial shock of COVID and what's going on starting to wear off and
I
people
I
starting
think
to live their lives again?
yeah, I think it's a combination of two. I think it's the weather. That the weather is, it's always every year. If the weather is nicer, people are out and about and they're ready to go. And then for sure, the COVID situation has, put a huge obstacle in our way for everyone who was ready to go out and buy or sell. And so we're seeing people being tired of it, as well as with the restrictions being loosened. It's definitely, more and more people are out and they're ready to go and they're done waiting. And so I think it's a combo of both for sure.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, in the mortgage world, we've got some news coming out that Monday they're going to loosen the stress test by just a little bit. So the stress test is what you have to show that you could make mortgage payments at. So your mortgage payment might end up being at 2.4% or something like that interest rate, but you have to show that you can afford at 5.04 was the old amount. So you have to show that if interest rates went up to 5.04 and you were renewing your mortgage, you could still afford that payment.
Basically,
They've dropped, sorry?
basically double right now.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a pretty good buffer in there. Now, what they've done is they've dropped that from 5.04 to 4.94. So it's not a significant move, but it's a move in the right direction.
Right.
And for somebody that's bumping up against that maximum qualifying price, and they wanted just a little bit more house, it might get them, dog. It might get them, instead of maxing out at 300,000, it might get them at 305.
Yeah. And your
So
dog agrees.
it can help a little bit in the right situation.
Yeah, I think that could be a change, especially that number that you're talking about. That could be a big change for some people, because if someone is only qualified, right now for around that 300,000 and saw something in the 320s, 330s. Another thing I didn't mention is price reductions are also happening. So there's been a number of homes that also have reduced their price, or owners obviously reduced their price as well. So if the timing is right, and if people get lucky as well a little bit, then there could be a combination of both of those, where someone who has looked at a $320,000 home or $330,000 home, and then they were only qualified for about 300 or whatnot. So would you say that someone who qualified for 300 would potentially qualify for about 305 with the new rules?
Yeah, it's going to touch it up a bit. So between qualifying for a little bit more mortgage, and I mean, on your monthly payment, we're talking like $10.
Right.
And what you're talking about with the price reduction coming down, it could move somebody from a $300,000 bracket effectively to a $330,000 bracket, which can make a big difference.
Yeah, with their price reduction as well. So that's really good information for many people, I think, because the fact that it's a $330,000 listing price, it doesn't mean that that's what's going to sell for. Obviously, we will negotiate and we will get it at a much more preferred price for the buyer. And so with that combo of getting maybe qualified for more, as well as getting a better negotiation going on that house and the price reduction, someone could qualify for a somewhat nicer home or a bigger home or something that they would prefer. So that's
and on the qualifying side, more and more banks are allowing Canada Child Benefit as part of your qualifying income. So there are some different things that we can look at. If somebody's stuck and they're just a little bit below where they want to be, then we can look at restructuring their file and trying to qualify them for a little bit more. So
yeah, that's awesome. So I think it would be great for people who are watching this and who are interested or have been kind of on the fence about all of this, that that you reach out to myself or to Scott, and we could tag team this, and we could definitely help you out to look at your situation and see where you're at and where we could maybe get you to. So how could I'll put your information below the video here, but how could someone get a hold of you? What's the easiest way?
Give me a call at 587-433-8329. Okay. That's probably the easiest way. That's my cell phone. You can actually text me on that number too.
Yeah, and you can just mention that you saw this video and that you're interested, and or you can reach me and I'll direct you in Scott's way. And for sure, I think things are getting better. I'm very optimistic about all of this that's happening out there, and so for the next little while, I think there's a lot of opportunities here for people, and good news on the mortgage side. What's kind of the rate that you're able to qualify people for now? And again, I know it depends on their situation and everything, but what are kind of the average or the good rates that you're able to do now? Are you seeing now?
There are some good rates, like full feature products around that 2.4% mark, 5-year fixed. There's the odd one that's a little bit lower than that, so sometimes we can scoop those up. But somewhere around 2.4 is pretty good.
Okay, that's incredible. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's awesome. That's all really the time we had today. So thank you so much, Scott, for checking in with me, and we'll probably be able to do some more of these, especially if there's more news coming. That's good to keep people informed. So thanks so much. Yeah, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it very much. And
thanks, Gabor.